over this past weekend, the amusement park industry held their version of the Emmys, the Grammys, the Tonys, the Golden Globes, whatever it is. It was their major award ceremony called the Golden Ticket Awards. Now, this happens every single year around this time, early September. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over all the winners and just kind of give some quick thoughts about it. Now, quick spoiler, a lot of these categories tend to, they lock in on a ride or something and just kind of roll with it for whatever reason.
Yeah, there's coasters that win the same award for many, many years. I don't know why. That's just how it is.
Like Millennium Force at Cedar Point won Best Steel Coaster for numerous years in a row.
Yeah, an insane amount of years when it probably was not the best steel coaster.
Yeah, so, but we're going to go over everything and give some of our opinions, be a nice quick video for you guys. So let's get into some of the categories. We're not going to go over every category because they have a ton. But some of the things, I noticed Dollywood pops up a lot in here. And they won for Best Guest Experience, Most Beautiful Park, Best Kids Area with their Wildwood Grove area, which was new in 2019 or something like that. Beautiful Park, Dollywood, that's debatable. You have Busch Gardens, Williamsburg,
which is that just
right
in
there.
The U.S. or is that in the world?
That's in the world. And you have Europa Park.
You have Europa Park, you have Phantasialand, you have Disneyland Tokyo.
Yeah.
Or Tokyo Disney Sea, I mean. You have a lot of parks. So Dollywood is a pretty park. Most Beautiful Park? No. I don't think so. I know Busch Gardens Williamsburg won that a lot too, which that is a nice looking park again, but I think there's better looking parks out there for sure.
Yeah. I mean, Dollywood is a great looking park. We've been there a few times and always enjoy the scenery. But they also won Best Christmas Event, which we've been there in November in the past.
Yeah, their Christmas event is very nice.
Yeah, lots of lights everywhere, and it just looks really good. So can't really argue with that one. But let's see. Best New Theme Concept. And I don't remember seeing this. This might be like I don't know if this is a brand new category. It seems very specific. Best New Theme Concepts. Like, I don't know. But anyway, the winner was Good Gravy at Holiday World, which is well-deserved because if you've been on that ride and you walk through the queue to get in, it's like you're walking through a grandmother's house.
Yeah, so I guess this is just, the best new theme concept. So it is a cool concept with, you are walking through what looks like a house and all that. So, I mean, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, but that category just seems like it was almost created just for Good Gravy at Holiday World. I don't know. I'd have to look back at past years and see if that's always been a
I don't remember
a category.
I don't know.
Now into what they call the best of the best. So that is a lot of what Dollywood was just nominated for, like Best Kids Area and stuff. But they have Best Family Park, Dutch Wonderland, and that's in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And we've passed by the area a couple times and always thought about stopping, but just
I've always
nothing's
wanted
worked
to
out.
go, but it was always closed when we were going through, so can't say for sure on what that's like.
But let's get into the best water park. You got Schlitterbahn in New Braunfels or whatever in Texas. So that is owned now by Six Flags, was owned by Cedar Fair.
And it seems like that wins pretty much every time, right?
I think so. I think Schlitterbahn is kind of the...
I've never been to a Schlitterbahn water park yet, so I don't know what it's like.
And we're not really water park people per se, but they're okay. And best park overall, Europa Park.
Which Europa Park pretty much wins every single year. That's kind of a given.
Yeah.
They like Europa Park and they stick with it. I can't really argue with that, I guess. Europa Park looks pretty amazing, so...
Yeah, we haven't been out there to Germany, but you would think that they would switch it up every once in a while.
Yeah, but, I mean, give some other parks that award at some point, because, like I said, they've been doing Europa Park pretty much every year.
And now the best rides category. Now, a lot of this tends to stay the same year after year. You have the best dark ride. Star Wars Rise of Resistance has won pretty much every year since it's come out.
Which That's fine.
Yeah,
It
that-
looks like it probably is.
Probably. Best family coaster, hard to argue with this, even though we haven't been on it, but Big Bear Mountain at Dollywood. We haven't been to Dollywood since that ride is open, but everyone just like raves about it. I don't know if Penguin Trek at SeaWorld Orlando is going to like maybe move in next year on that. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe. I don't know.
That's like the newest toy
Yeah.
for as far as like a family coaster goes. So we'll have to see next year, because Penguin Trek did open later in this year, so maybe they didn't really have time to take it over. So that's the only other one that I can really think of that might.
That could be a runner-up, but I think Big Bear Mountain looks better than Penguin Trek. I mean, Penguin Trek looks good. It's a cool concept with the B&M family coaster. I haven't seen anything like that, but
Yeah.
I think Big Bear Mountain looks a little bit better.
Okay. Best wooden coaster. Now, this year after year is Phoenix at Knoebels, and I don't think that we could disagree more.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, I mean, I guess I don't know.
Like
Phoenix is not the best wooden coaster in the world. That's just
It's
a
not.
factual statement.
Yes,
I
it's
know that a lot of this is opinion based, but Phoenix is factually not the best wooden roller coaster in the world, and it's nowhere close.
Yeah.
Phoenix is a great ride. I do like it a lot, but it is not the best wooden coaster in the world at all.
So they do have their top 10 for this, and
Top 25.
well, they have their top 25, but we're not going to read off all 25. But their top 10, you have Ravine Flyer 2 at Waldemere, which I think
fine.
is better than Phoenix. I think
I
most
think-
of
I
these
think-
are better than Phoenix.
Yeah, Woden at Europa Park, that I'm sure is a lot better than Phoenix. Ghost Rider is better than Phoenix. Boulder Dash, I'm sure, is better than Phoenix. El Toro.
El Toro's 100% better than Phoenix.
Number 5 is Mystic Timbers. Number 4 is Thunderhead. Number 3 is The Beast.
Now, number 3 being the Beast, I get that it's a nostalgic ride, and a lot
That's
of
what they're
people
doing
just
for Phoenix too.
yeah, and a lot of people will just like hold Beast like, oh my god, like Beast at night, and like it's a must ride anytime that you go to Kings Island. But we're gonna say that the Beast is better than Ghost Rider and better than El Toro and
Yeah.
better than Mystic Timbers. It's like no, it's not better than any of those. And then number 2 is definitely the best one out of all of these. They have Voyage
Yeah.
at Holiday World.
Which should be number 1.
That should easily be number
And
1.
then number 1, of course, Phoenix at Knoebels. But if like just looking down, you have Wildfire at Comartin at number 19, which should probably like be number 2.
And Shivering Timbers at 16, and you just recently rode
That should be
Shivering
like
Timbers
number.
for the first
That should
time.
be top 5. Like yeah, Wildfire, Comartin, Shivering Timbers, Michigan's Adventure. Those should be top 5 easily. Joris and the Drac, Balder, Cyclone. You have Cyclone at Luna Park over Balder. Wildfire,
Cyclone at Luna Park,
Shivering Timbers.
that is only good in the back row.
Yeah, and it is a good ride.
And I get nostalgia thing. Cyclone, Coney Island, New York City, whatever. That thing is only good in the back row.
You have Troy at Toverland at number 22. And I like Thunderhead it's a very similar ride to Thunderhead. And I don't know if Thunderhead is that much better. I don't know. Boardwalk Bullet at number 25.
Whatever.
It's a little all over the place. They're mostly just naming wooden coasters instead of ranking them.
I mean, that
'Cause
might-
if I was naming wooden
That might
coasters,
be in alphabetical order. I don't
yeah,
know.
if
Maybe.
that was in alphabetical order, that would make more sense.
All right, enough of that. Enough complaining. Best steel coaster. It goes to Fury 325, and
Once
that's what it
again.
does every single year. And I guess it's hard. I don't know. Like
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Fury is a complete package, and it's a lot of people's. I don't know. Some people's favorite coaster.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, but again, I want to see it switched up. But
Yeah.
Fury definitely deserves it.
Like they have number 3 Steel Vengeance. I think Steel Vengeance is better than Fury. Velocicoaster I think is better than Fury, and those are number 2 and 3. They still have Millennium Force at Cedar Point number 4 overall, and it's hard to say that Millennium Force still deserves. I mean, Millennium Force is a great ride.
It's a
We
great ride.
it, like every single time we're at Cedar Point.
There is an insane amount of coasters in this top 25 steel coasters list that is better than. I'm not going to go through all of them. First of all, they have ties on there, so I guess this is some voting system. I don't know how coasters will tie. You have Hagrid's and Lightning Rod tied. And then you have Diamondback and Iron Rattler tied. But
Yeah.
going through it, you have Voltron Navera. That's obviously new, coming in at number 11. So Millennium Force is over Iron Gwazi. Ride to Happiness. Ride to Happiness is considered by most people as the greatest coaster in the world. And I don't think that should be a question of whether Ride to Happiness is better than Millennium. Expedition G-Force. People literally compare that to Millennium and say that that's what they wish Millennium was.
Yeah.
That's at number 9.
Yeah, that's at number 9. So you have Millennium at number 4, and their comparable rides, and
Expedition G-Force, which is supposed to be so much better than Millennium, at number 9. So
Airy Force 1, which some people say is like one of their favorite RMCs.
that's a 17.
So
Fly is 16. Intimidator 305 at 14. I don't know. This doesn't make any sense. Superman the Ride in New England at wherever that was, 12.
And we also have Best Water Park Ride and Best Water Ride. I don't know. Well, I guess Water Park Ride is specifically like
at the water
at
park.
a water park, and Best Water Ride would be in a dry park, a water ride.
Yeah,
So, but Best Water Ride is Chiapas.
Chiapas at Fantasyland. That's their log flume in the Mexico section of the park, which is supposed to be like the best log flume in the world. So hard to argue there. And then Best Water Park Ride, Wildebeest at Holiday World. So it seems like they really stick with Splash and Safari at Holiday World. They give a lot of credit to them, which they deserve because it is a very good water park.
It's supposed to be one of the best water parks.
Yeah.
Apparently not as good as Schlitterbahn, since they're the ones that won. And I also wonder if Best Water Park has to be a standalone water park. I wonder if that's one of the criteria.
Maybe.
I don't know if any of you guys know any of the answers to any of like the questions we've been asking. Go ahead and drop a comment down below, because all that, you can answer some of our questions. And commenting in general helps with the YouTube algorithm. Commenting and liking the video, and also subscribing to this channel. I'd like to remind you that if you are brand new to this channel, subscribing gets you wonderful things like us. Yes.
What's more wonderful than that?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
You subscribe and then you get to see us all the time.
Exactly.
So nothing better than that. And if you want extra us, if the us that you get from subscribing isn't enough, you could join our channel membership page. You can be like one of these wonderful people on the screen right here. They joined our channel membership page. They get things like exclusive videos, shout outs, pictures, stuff like that. And they help out the channel a ton. But now, best new attractions, this is what actually has to change year after year because they are new attractions. So we have the best new show, From the Heart, the Dolly Parton story at Dollywood. I mean, Dollywood seems to be winning all sorts of...
I think Dollywood gave them some money. This is great.
Yeah, Dollywood paid off them.
They have a lot of Dollywood stuff on here.
And here, best new family attraction, Fire in the Hole, Silver Dollar City. We wrote it.
It's a good ride. I feel like a lot of, like, the vast majority of these individual awards are all in the U.S. Which obviously is fine for the most part, but I think there's a lot of better things in other places that they are just pretty much ignoring.
Yeah, but we will see up ahead they do get overseas. Little spoiler alert for up ahead.
I haven't read through this, so.
Best new water park ride, The Rise of Icarus at Mount Olympus. Now, Mount Olympus is kind of known as like one of the most dangerous and sketchiest parks in like the country.
I know they do have some cool water park stuff there, so. Yeah.
So as long as you don't mind like possibly dying, like.
Nobody died at the water park, I don't think.
Well then.
At the amusement park.
That's a different story. Maybe the water park is actually safe. That's the safe part of Mount Olympus. Best new attraction. So they have best new family attraction, and then they have the best new overall attraction, and that is again Fire in the Hole. Now I don't know what they mean, because Fire in the Hole is considered a roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's labeled as a roller coaster, but it is the best new attraction.
Oh, so that doesn't count as, so they're not counting that as a coaster?
Well,
because they have best new roller coaster.
They do have best new roller coaster.
And I was just about to say the winner of best new roller coaster. I was going to say.
Yeah, so best new attraction, so whatever that means, it sounds like Some of these categories are very flexible in their meaning. But yeah, Fire in the Hole is best new family attraction and best new attraction. I mean, I guess when Silver Dollar City sunk $30 million or whatever it was, I don't even know how much it was, but they sunk a ton of money into a brand new family attraction, getting rid of the old one that was at the park because they had a Fire in the Hole before, and they got rid of that and moved it to a brand new building and made RMC of all companies like do it. It's fun. We wrote it like during its soft opening.
During its soft opening, yeah, and it's a fun ride. It's cool.
Yeah, I don't know about best or whatever, but
it's good.
But it is what it is. And then finally, best new roller coaster. This is probably one of the most anticipated categories because you know that Fury can't win it, and you know, like,
that's best new coaster changes every year, unlike the rest of the list.
Now this I think could have been Top Thrill 2 if
maybe
Top Thrill 2 was open for more than a week. I don't know if that played into this, or
I don't know.
I've talked to some people that have ridden this ride that won best new roller coaster, and people say it is amazing. So I guess it's hard to doubt. But we were going over to Europa Park and Voltron. This is a Mack multi-launch coaster.
Yeah, and it is in a whole new, they have, if you don't know Europa Park, the whole park is seen in different European countries. This is a whole new Croatia section of the park, and they just have this, just like how Europa Park always does it, it has this whole crazy area, insanely well themed, and the ride just looks so cool. It has a turntable, and it goes backwards and does all this stuff. It's so cool.
It looks like an amazing ride, so it's hard to argue with this winning best new coaster.
Yeah.
And it's good to see some parks overseas getting some of the attention from
because they deserve it.
Yeah, because most of the categories you're going to see just United States parks.
Yeah.
Like, through the vast majority of them. All right, so I think we went over pretty much every major category. There are a couple little things or whatever.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff on here. We didn't go through all of it, but
like, I don't know if you guys care about best food. Knoebels won best food for some reason, which they win every single year.
Which is kind of strange because it's like a very,
and
small park.
And one thing, best Halloween event, they go by the previous year. It says to be announced, which...
Probably because Halloween hasn't happened yet.
Well, no, but they go by the previous year.
They go... Okay,
yeah, so they go by 2023. So best Halloween event of 2023. You would assume it's going to be Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, but it's to be announced.
Yeah.
They haven't figured it out yet.
So, I don't know. Halloween Horror Nights seems like...
It has to be the best.
That just seems like the la creme de la creme of Halloween events at any park. I know that Six Flags Park stepped up their game with like
they're doing
some themed houses to like Saw and stuff like that.
Yeah, but Halloween Horror Nights still looks amazing.
So that one for some reason hasn't been announced yet. But that is it for this video. Like we said earlier, subscribe, do all that stuff that all the channels tell you to do. And that is it for this video, and we'll see you guys next time right here on Beach Cliff Studios. See ya.